Oh, right. I think I'm recording. Welcome to this week's episode of the Capsule. Hope everyone's doing good and had a good week. I'm super tired yet again. Didn't realize how quick a week goes by. And then there's another week. And then after that, there's another week. And I have to record every week. But it's all good in the hood. All right. So I got to like Monday or Tuesday, and I was worried there wasn't enough stuff happening in the week to talk about. And then the week happened, and a lot of stuff happened. And now I'm worried I won't have enough time to talk about everything, but I'm sure I will. Or I just won't talk about everything. But you'll never know, because you don't know what I was going to talk about. So, main thing of the week, I guess, was that the Ruggeds came to town. They were in London performing their show Between Us at Sadler's Wells Peacock Theatre on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday and Saturday night. Wednesday night was opening night. I think Thursday night was press night, and then Friday and Saturday. I did an interview with Neek, who is the artistic director. Interview podcast. Same thing, kind of. Not really. That's out. So please go and check it out if you haven't. If you want to know more about him, them, the show. So yeah, I went opening night and I thought I'd give a little breakdown of what I thought of the show. So it was a 75-minute, like full length, proper piece. Wasn't a double bill or anything like that. It was just them. They had their own night and they had like full set built on the stage. It was kind of like scaffolding with like rooms built in. So you had like, I guess 4 or 5 rooms built into this thing that you had to like climb up ladders to get into. I'm also going to try not to spoil too much of the show by going into too much detail about the pieces that they did or anything, because I don't think that's fair, and I think you should see it if you can. And yeah, I definitely won't do it justice. So I've seen the Ruggeds perform for quite a while now. I actually did a couple of tour dates with them when we did Breakin Convention, a Breakin Convention tour. I think we were with them in Toronto and Denver, I want to say, or Luxembourg and Denver. 2, I can't remember where they were, but maybe it was more than 2. So I saw the piece that they toured was Adrenaline, and me and Neek spoke about that, and that was a piece, if you've seen it, with like lights, that spotlights that go, and it's a really like insanely well choreographed and lit piece that uses the like spotlights turning on and off to kind of divert your attention and create some like crazy effects. Super dope piece, very high energy, and very like fast paced all the way through. I mean, it's called Adrenaline, but yeah. Then I saw a piece which I think was a version of this. I can't remember what we said, but it was like more of a 20-minute piece. So there was some elements of that I could see in this, and there was some. I think it was the extended version of Adrenaline. So you can also see the development, but I think that was what they extended that into. And then yeah, obviously I've seen this now. I really liked it, to be honest. Like, I was trying to, when I went to see it, I knew I would review it, and I knew that I kind of wanted to have like, I wanted to be like, right, I'm not going to be nice just because I know them and just because I think they're cool. Like, I'm going to come in and be really direct and honest and give my honest opinion. And I was like, yeah, anything I don't like, I'm going to speak about it. And then I was like, fuck, I really like this show. So yeah, it was damn, it was really good. I don't have too much negative to say about it, if anything at all, really. Like, it was a family, let's start there. It was a family oriented show. It was a family entertainment type of show. So it was very funny. There was moments of like excitement and that type of thing. It wasn't one of the typical dark and sidelights kind of hip-hop theatre piece that happens, and it also wasn't the like it didn't go too far into family friendly zone, if that makes sense. So like what I mean by that is I think you can get family friendly in air quotes, you can get it wrong, kind of. I think sometimes if you get it wrong, the kids laugh and stuff, but they're not really impressed by the dance. They don't really care, and the parents aren't really interested. It's like, okay, this is more for the kids, and I think that's the thing with family entertainment. Often it means for something you can take your kids to watch, and it doesn't always mean like the parents aren't going to hate it, but they're not going to love it. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, all right, this is something that will keep us entertained while we keep the kids entertained. I think a lot of times with movies or other theatre pieces and stuff like that. I think the cool thing with this was like I was entertained and I went with two guys who are my age. Like, so we were all laughing at the stuff that was supposed to be funny. So was like kids behind us, and then like a kind of older lady in the front of us. So it was like legit everyone was finding it funny and everyone was finding it entertaining. Like I've seen them battle live on YouTube. I've battled a couple of them, I think, but like I've seen that stuff for so long, and still some of the stuff they did I was like, oh, that was nice. So it really got me in all the ways it was supposed to, and I think from hearing the audience and stuff, it did for the other demographics that were in there as well. I think that's a really hard line to tread, because I guess like if you try to please everybody, you please nobody. So if it's like too diluted, no one likes it. But also like things that are if you get too silly, kids will laugh, but it becomes a bit pantomimey, and the adults are like, yeah, okay, unless you love pantomimes or whatever. But I mean, I'm not going to enjoy that. I don't like pantomimes. If it gets too silly, I'm like, okay, cool. Like, yeah, you're overacting everything, you know. And they did, even though it was silly, it was like not overacted. And I think I said this to Nick, but the thing that I really liked is like their comedy was good, I thought, and that's something that I wasn't expecting, or I think it's quite rare to see. Like it was obviously physical comedy mostly, and it was like within the dance, and there was stuff that would make you laugh in the different pieces, but it was done with really good timing and really well performed to the audience. Like I said, it didn't over pander, but you didn't miss anything, you know what I mean? And it was like all directed in the right places at the right times, just to really hit at that right moment when you were or weren't expecting it, and all that. So yeah, it's really good. It's really good that they were able to do that, especially with no real, like I was asking Nick, but like they didn't have like, oh, we had a comedian come in and do all our joke timing. Like no, they just did it themselves, and they had outside eyes and stuff to check it, but they didn't they didn't have really any advisors on that, especially the comedy bit. So I was mad impressed by that. I knew the choreography was going to be good, and the dance, of course, was going to be good. That's the easiest part for them to impress us, I guess, is with the dance. What's not easy is to keep us entertained for 75 minutes. Anyone that's ever tried to do more than 5 minutes will know that that's not easy. So they did a really good job of like the flow of it. So there's no story to this. The idea was like, it's about friendships. It's called Between Us, and it's like loosely based on the idea of friendships and how they hang out. But from an audience perspective, it's like not really about anything. There's no storyline. It's just different concepts kind of linked together. So without a narrative, it's easy for an audience to get lost, especially for such a long piece, long relatively. So they did well with that. They did well with you can't keep it at any one level for too long. This is the thing about, I guess, storytelling or narrative or dance or anything that requires some sort of structure in art, which I would maybe say is all art. But it's like you can't keep it too calm the whole time, because then we get bored. You can't keep it too exciting, because then we get drained and overwhelmed. It's too, like 75 minutes of adrenaline. I don't know that I would have liked. I don't know how long it was, but like 5 or 10 minutes of adrenaline blew my mind. But do you know what I mean? Like you can't keep it any one place. You have to go up and down. And if you do it in the wrong places, if you have a really exciting thing and then you cut to something calm, you can lose the audience. Or if you have calm and then you go full out to something exciting or high intensity, it can feel like a bit of whiplash and you're like, how did we get here? And you lose your audience that way. So it was really well done in the sense that there was different levels of intensity and comedy and, like, I say drama, but like things that make you like and things that make you like wow, and then things that make you laugh and things that you just watch and you're like, oh, that's really cool. And it balanced them all really well and it flowed between them. I thought the links between the pieces was really good, because something with that, it's very easy for that to be choppy almost, for it to be like, because it's all sectioned basically. If you think with a choreographic mind, it looks like it was all created with sections, so it's easy for that to become choppy, and you just like run off stage, new people on stage, start the next one, or lights down, lights up, next thing, or go around the back of the flipping stage, come back, and then it's the next thing. You know what I mean? Like, it's easy for that to become sectiony, and it wasn't. Like, it was really, it linked really, really well. So I was really impressed. I can't say too much about how without giving it away, but it's like the concept from before made sense as to why you were doing the next concept. It wasn't just, oh, here's a new thing. It linked so that you're like, oh, well, because in that happened, and then now he's taken that thing and turned that into a concept that you think originated in the concept before. Does that make sense? You can't respond. You can on the comments and on Instagram at thecapsule.london. LDN. What else? Yeah, so it was dope. I'd really recommend seeing it. I'm super happy for the Ruggeds. Like, they're doing dope. Like, I mean, they have a huge name in the world scene, but like, no matter how good at breaking you are, or whatever your style, or no matter how much followers on Instagram or like name in the scene you have, it's still not easy to make a good, not even one good piece. Like, they've made like 3 or 4 now, and probably more. I know Roy and Simon had a sick duet that I've seen. They had Adrenaline. They had the longer version of Adrenaline, I think. They had the Between Us, and then they're coming out with something new. I want to say something with Shift. I forget the name, but there's another piece that they're working on at the moment. But it's not easy to do all of that, no matter how good at one discipline you are. That's almost a whole nother like artistic discipline, is theatre, stage, storytelling, structure, and narrative in the like structural sense. Yeah, and they did a good job, man. It's not easy. Like, if you're not into like fun, family friendly pieces, you might not like it. I'd be surprised though. I'd be surprised if people didn't like it. It's quite, I can't imagine who wouldn't like it, but yeah, I mean, I guess if you're going to the theatre expecting something deep and dark and like that, it's not. It's fun and upbeat, but yeah. I won't go too much more on about that, but it's a good piece, and I think they did a great job. Hopefully it'll be back in London for more people to see it. Shout out to Breakin Convention for presenting that. Obviously they toured Adrenaline, so they already kind of knew and had an eye on what the Ruggeds were doing, so that's cool. And yeah, just shout out to them. They're a bunch of fucking dope guys. I think I've met like a large percentage of them, hung out and consumed alcohol with quite a few of them as well, and they're solid guys, so that always kind of goes a bit extra in terms of enjoying someone's art if you know that they're cool peeps. So let's leave that there. I gotta stop singing in the transitions. All right, so next big thing that happened was that Dance Your Style is going to be in the UK, and that was announced annoyingly late the night after I recorded the last one, so last Monday night. And I didn't want to go back and re-record, so I just posted this, but I thought I'd talk about it this week. So Dance Your Style has been having qualifiers all over. Just to get the details out of the way, there's let me check the dates, but basically hold on, let me find it. they have two qualifiers. They have one in Manchester and one in London. So the Manchester one will be on the 25th of September. London will be on the 26th of September. So this is just the qualifiers. So they're going to pick, I think maybe 4. They're going to pick a certain amount from these qualifiers. So it's most likely not battles, but there might be like battles if they want to decide between the last few or something like that. As far as I know, things might have changed. So with the Manchester and London qualifiers, this is open to anyone. They can go and like join in. You have to be 18 or over. And then on the 10th of October is the London final. So that there will be a top 16. So with the top 16, you can't, like on the 10th of October, not anyone can just enter. It will be just to go and watch. And then the winner of that goes to South Africa for the finals. So it's worth entering just for the free trip. Concept of dance your style. I'll actually read what the what Red Bull have said about dance your style, because they break it down quite nicely. So what they said is, Dance Your Style is an all-styles competition which Red Bull says favours the essence of street dance styles over regular competitive rules in 3 major ways. 1. The crowd crowns the winner. 2. Character and charisma trump technique. 3. The DJ challenges the dancer in new ways. So, for anyone that hasn't seen a Dance Your Style qualifier, first of all, they're on YouTube. And second of all, I'll break down what that means. Crowd crowns the winner, so the crowd vote. Cool. I don't think there's like judges. There's obviously for the qualifier there might be, but for the finals it's the crowd. Character and charisma trump technique. So let's break that down, because what does that mean? Obviously, because it's the crowd judging, your character and charisma is going to carry a lot more than your technique in this context, unless it just happens to be that the entire crowd are professional dancers. Although even in that context, there's something a little bit different when you know you're not sitting in the judge seat and you're just, even if you know you're voting as a crowd, you're just kind of reacting, and you're not in the mindset of watching the battle as a judge. It is a very different experience for anyone that's judged and been in the audience of high level battles. It feels different. You don't watch the battles with the same eye unless you sit down and go, let me watch this like I'm a judge, which I don't know why you would ruin your fun. But yeah, so it's a different vibe. So even if you are a high level dancer, you're probably not watching it with the same eye. So what you're getting is the energy, is the highlight moments, is the personality. So that's going to come across more. And the DJ challenging the dancer in new ways basically just means they play popular songs or like different songs. It's like mostly like I don't even want to play any because they'll get taken down for copyright on Spotify and YouTube. But basically it's like pop songs or famous songs that everybody knows that you wouldn't expect a street dancer to dance to. You can love or hate that concept. You don't have to enter if you don't like it, but it's different, and you're definitely not going to get, based on the last 2 rules, the charisma trumping technique and the DJ playing that stuff, you're definitely not going to get the most intense hardcore battle rounds. You are going to get a fun night. I would definitely recommend entering if you're a type of dancer that like has good personality and charisma, just because, like, I mean, the trip to South Africa if you win, but also it's just like, it's just fun. It's nice to challenge yourself to do something different and have fun if you've got that under your belt, or if that's something that you want to work on as a dancer. Dance Your Style is the place to do that, to have fun. And especially if you're doing stuff like commercial work or performing for people that aren't dancers, corporate work or whatever, it's a good skill to have, is to be able to entertain an audience and hold a stage by yourself without having to go deep into your like intricate moves, you know, like your performance element without any deep moves, you know. So yeah, I definitely check it out. As an audience member, I definitely recommend go if they have a bar, have a few beers and just enjoy that, because it will be a fun night, because the people that will enter will be very entertaining. So I think that's what's cool, is like more than a normal battle, Dance Your Style is something fun to watch, like, and I can imagine the atmosphere will be sick. So yeah, definitely check that out. I'm gonna go through other bits that have happened upcoming. So Create battle was announced. It's happening in Birmingham. So it's basically the idea of Create is it's with live music. It's an all styles / experimental battle. And it usually is 2 people, like 2v2, but this year it's gonna be 1v1. What else? Basically, what's cool about this one is they've got 6 guests. I want to say 6 guests, 7 guests. No, 6 guests. They're doing an online qualifier, which when this comes out, I think it will be tomorrow. So this Wednesday, the 22nd, it closes. Online qualifiers, you just post a minute of you dancing, and they select the winner. So definitely suggest doing that. Sorry, and then they'll qualify someone else on the day in Birmingham. This will be on the 1st of October, next Friday. They'll qualify someone on the day, and those 2 people, the online qualifier and the on the day qualifier, will join 6 guests. The cool thing is, all 8 of those people will get paid just for being there. I think that's sick. Just because even if you battle in the top 8, you're still contributing to the audience experience. So it's super important that we recognize that it's not just the winner, and sometimes it's not even the winner that is the most entertaining. It's everyone that contribute. So shout out to Marceau for putting that on. I think it's dope that everybody gets paid and it's like a properly funded battle. So that's dope. I mean, it's not always possible, but when it is appreciated from someone who has been paid, not paid, to get to the finals multiple times, got all the way to the finals and gets nothing. It's annoying. What else? It's with live music. It's kind of, if the let's talk about the judging of this. Hold on, just pulling up all my different bits because I don't have a person who does that for me yet. So instead of looking for technicality in your chosen discipline, the judges will look for things such as creativity, expression, performance qualities, and response to the tasks given. Kind of similar to Dance Your Style, but not in a crowd pleasy charisma type of way, more in an artistic type of way, I guess. So it's more thinking about how you interpret the music, the surroundings, the tasks you're given and stuff like that. And rather than it's on live music rather than it be on like popular music. But yeah, I think it's really cool. It's a similar sort of out of the box thinking about a battle as Dance Your Style is. But yeah, that's in Birmingham next Friday. Online qualifiers closing like tomorrow, so if you hear this in time, enter. Otherwise, go to Birmingham. I'll be there actually. Yes. What else? Okay, there's a bunch of stuff that happened. Progression session happened this weekend. It's basically a battle that happens in Manchester that is centered around like people progressing, and a guy called Ollie runs it, really nice guy, and they usually do battles where there's like no judges and it's just like 1-on-1s, 2-on-2s for people to practice and to just kind of get experience in that realm without having the pressure of a judge or a big crowd or whatever. I think it's a dope idea. I think you need these things on all the different levels. You need BC1, but you also need something like progression session where people can get in at the ground floor and get experience so that they can build up towards these things. So I think that's dope. This weekend they had a 7 to Smoke, I think was the only thing, and that was judged by Karam, Ollie, and Kieran. There's a guy called Samwise who's worth mentioning. He had a couple of rounds that looked sick. I think I shared them on the Capsule account, but yeah, shout out to Samwise if that's what you call yourself, or if you just call yourself Sam. He was really cool. And Slayer basically apparently won the 7 to Smoke and killed everyone. And he is also super young but looks like he's 24. But yeah, he's growing into like a good solid popper, and yeah, I'm liking seeing him kind of stick with this from someone who I used to see at a lot of like young, like under 16 events or whatever, to now kind of be moving into the more adult realms. So yeah, shout out to him. Keep doing your thing, man. What else? Unbreakable was in Antwerp, and just a quick one on that. Stephanie was representing the UK and Ukraine, but the little flag on the side said the UK, so we'll take her. And she got to the top 4 to the semi-finals. She was sick. I watched the live stream. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, she took Jilu to an extra round and won. That was a sick battle. And then she battled Mad Max in the semis, took her to an extra round and then lost. But she did sick, and yeah, I don't have too much to say on that, but yeah, she killed it. She's dope. I really like watching her breaking. What else? Six Corners is happening this Thursday. Firehouse are not doing it, which I was apparently supposed to know 2 weeks ago, but I didn't know. Now I know. Firehouse dropped out, and Home Fam, which is I guess Home Bros Fam, are replacing them. They did the last Six Corners. They're dope. Not any of a step down from Firehouse. They're equally as dope in what they do. So that's cool. What other bits? UEL graduations. I thought that was worth mentioning. The UEL class of 2020 and class of 2021 both graduated this week. And if you don't know, UEL is the University of East London. They have a dance urban practice degree. So you can kind of get a degree in urban, in air quotes, dance. Hip hop, street dance, popping, all of the things that are under the umbrella of street dance. Plus some that aren't, as well as like event management, staging, like all sorts of other stuff that they teach. It's actually pretty cool course. And yeah, so obviously the 2020 class didn't get a graduation because everything shut down for Corona. And that was their 3rd year that Corona started in. So that was fucking tough for them. And then obviously the class of 2021, am I getting this right? Their 3rd year started in the September that Corona was happening. I think that's right. Anyway, so class of 2021 would have graduated this week anyway. That's worth commending because it's been a tough year to work, let alone if I had to, like, I don't know, sit and do dissertations or whatever. Like that's mad. Especially being stuck in the house and not being able to have a break from it is like, that's tough. And class of 2021 not only went through that but didn't get graduation. So yeah, shout out to them, and you did it. And yeah, just kind of acknowledging that it must have been tough, and well done for graduating. Shout out to everyone that went to UEL. We look forward to seeing you out and about in the scene and doing stuff, and I'm sure you're going to bring lots of cool shit and contributions with you. Last thing is Open Art Surgery by Breakin Convention is happening. I'm just a Breakin Convention advert here, aren't I? Breakin Convention put on a thing called Open Art Surgery where groups get a week with mentors to basically just explore an idea and try out some stuff. Free space, free mentoring with John Z, a lady called Jane, and I think Anthony's going to be there. And yeah, it's just a space to create and put stuff on. It's really cool. The actual showing is on Saturday night. That's really cool as well. There's a lot of audience interaction. You can talk about the pieces like straight after they happen and give feedback and stuff like that. I'll be performing in it because I'm working on a piece there, trying to not only become a podcast dude but also keep up my dance and choreography as well as my work, which is photography and videography mainly, as well as dance. I'm also performing about 3 hours before that show in another show, so that's going to be a busy day for me. Yeah, right. I think I covered everything that happened. Did anything else happen? There was some battles going on in Birmingham this week. AJ the Cypher Cat got another win. A guy called Quake got another win. They're both sick. They were at Lightfest as well. Shin, I'm just rushing through these last bits. Shin opened a Light Feet class. Congrats to him, and I hope it goes well. And I hope a lot of people come. Because that's cool. It's at the same time as AIM class, so I would check out both of those. I was going to talk about that, but I don't have time. AIM class is sick at Base Studios, and Shin is also sick, and that's also on Friday nights at 8:30. So do both. Go to one, then go to the other, then go to one, then go to the other, and then you'll be the light-feetingest popper in the world. Anything else that happened that I want to talk about? Don't think so. Yeah, that's it. Check out my interview with Neek if you can. If you're listening to this and don't already follow the Instagram at thecapsule.ldn, please do. Check out the Duke London podcast. Besides the one with Neek, I've got all sorts of other episodes. Please feel free to submit to me any material which you would like potentially to be posted on the Capsule. So if anything's happening where you are and you want to submit some stuff, you just want to film something and send it to me and you think it's worth promoting, let me know. It's not only my stuff that I'm posting, it's stuff from around the scene. So please do let me know if there's anything, or if there's someone hit me up and let me know that AJ won a battle, which I didn't know was happening. So I super appreciate stuff like that because it helps me to keep up to date with what's going on. So if anything happens that you think might be worth the world or our world knowing about, do let me know. Also, one last thing. I get a lot of people coming up to me and telling me that they listen to the podcast, or they enjoyed a certain episode, or they really appreciate what I'm doing, or stuff like that, which I super appreciate, and it makes this worth doing. So please don't ever stop that. If at all you're looking for a way to support me in what I'm doing, just share this with your friends. Tell a friend, share it on your Insta story, share it on your Facebook. Like, word of mouth is what's going to make this grow, and I'm not asking for it if it's not there. Like, if you don't like this, you wouldn't be listening right now, but if you don't like this and you don't care, don't listen. Don't share my stuff. Don't, like, it's fine. Like, this will grow if I do my job right. But if it's already, like, if it's something you already like, you're already listening to, you're already appreciating, and you're already enjoying, if you can tell people that, that genuine feeling that you have, that will super help me. And the Insta story and the social media stuff is like such a small thing, but it goes such a long way into helping these things grow. So yeah, that would be massively appreciated. But like I said, don't feel like you have to. Don't feel like if you don't like this or you don't listen, like you need people to share it. No, if I'm doing my job right, you'll like it. Yeah, so that is that. I realize I need more UK beat makers. If anyone's listening, please send me UK beat makers. I want to know more of them. Yeah, I only know a few, but it doesn't even have to be dance scene wise, but just, yeah, I guess people that make good music to dance to, maybe. Anyway, I'm going back to my good friend David Cottle for this week's track. It's entitled WYS, which I think the kids say when they mean "what you saying." I think that might be what this means. Dope track. I really like it. Anyway, hope everybody has a good week. I will, of course, be back next week. And yeah, at thecapsule.ldn, at theduke.ldn. Yeah, have a good week, everyone. Peace.
If you're down, we can.